Pacific Manufacturing is an upholstered furniture company that's been here since 1958. It was founded by my father and grandfather. And so actually my wife's been in the business longer than I have.
35 years.
About 35 years. We manufacture upholstered furniture on a made-to-order basis. About 30% of our business is commercial, interior designers, and some high-end residential as well.
When the pandemic hit, of course, like most people, I think we were very nervous about it, very unsure, but as usual, you turn to God and ask for guidance. And what we decided is we would just not let this take us into fear mode, that we would try to do something for other people and by faith just serve our community.
We have a machine that can cut digitally, and it's interesting. We got that machine about a year ago thinking, how will we ever use this? But it wasn't our plan, it was God's plan. And when the pandemic hit, we said, we are uniquely in a position where we can start manufacturing PPE to help bless our neighbors and the community. We started manufacturing masks and shields locally. It wasn't until Channel 10 ran a news story on what we were doing that all of a sudden the outpouring of demand came toward us for people who needed that.
And that's when Mark was able to connect with SBC and really partner to make this thing even bigger than we could have ever done on our own.
We had the machinery but not the hands. So volunteers from SBC rallied around to actually do the assembly of the shields and the masks, which was monumental in terms of being able to meet the needs that we had. We've made about 15,000 shields and probably 10,000 masks that we know of. The community of Scottsdale Bible is really God's community. That was the sword bearers and the resources and the warriors and the fighters in the field that, drove and came and volunteered. I think just that sense of community, even though we're separate, we're still together.
We have a great group of people that work for us. They get excited when they've seen the people from SBC come.
And really, they all rallied together and just the ideas that flowed from the workforce of how to make the shields better or how to make the masks faster. It was really a great collaboration of a good idea that just kept getting better with time. One of the challenges we had was with one machine and multiple products to make. And I had this vision of this thing that would fold and take all this process time out of the masks. And so by 6 o'clock, I had it in the computer. And by 8 o'clock, we made our first prototype. And by 10 o'clock, we were making masks with, we call it the Mask-O-Matic, but it takes that material and folds it and seals it and cuts it all in one process. So we shared that on our website, open source, so free of charge, so anybody could download the plans. And there's about 20 or 25 of those in the country now making masks at 300 units per hour. Through the pandemic, we've gotten to know a lot more of our neighbors better. We've given masks to them and shared things with even the local restaurants and it's opened up some great conversations. And you're able to share a little bit about what it's like to be a follower of Christ.
It's given us many opportunities to share our faith. And maybe in scenarios that you wouldn't have thought of before. A situation like this just really brings you back to what's important. For me, being the bean counter here, watching the finances and this and that, something like this could have easily rocked me. But I think being in prayer and asking for guidance and just knowing that God's in control, it will all be okay. We're good.
We're good. God's good.